Hi folks, and thanks for joining me for another one of my Deer Quest outdoor adventures. On today's program, we're going to be traveling up to the northeast section of Wyoming, where I'm going to be joined by Joe Hall, owner of Holly Caller Wildlife Calls. We're going to be the guests of Whitetail Creek Outfitters for an exciting spring Merriam turkey hunt. I think you're going to enjoy today's program, so stick with us, and we'll be right back after this. Greg Hopfs' Deer Quest Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Deer Quest Limited, makers of Deer Sense, the scent that smokes. Carter's Hunting Lodge, the Pike County, Illinois premier hunting location where whitetail hunting fantasies become whitetail hunting realities. Also brought to you by these fine sponsors. Nikon Sporting Optics, a better look at your world. Holly Caller Wildlife Calls and Accessories, quality products for today's modern sportsman. Light and Sights, producers of high-tech fluorescent optics. Easy Cut Ratchet Pruners, quality equipment for the sportsman. Odor Free, the original scent eliminator. Be silent, be still, be odor free. And Wind Tracker, the fibers that float to show you the direction of your scent. Don't guess, see the wind, and know for sure. On today's program, we travel to the area of Devil's Tower, Wyoming, located in the northeastern portion of the state. There, we would be enjoying the beautiful panorama of the Wyoming landscape, consisting of gently rolling hills covered with lush meadows and magnificent stands of ponderosa pines. I would be joining Joe Hall, president of Holly Caller Wildlife Calls, and a group of his pro staff members, along with a couple of his friends, for a spring Merriam turkey hunt. We would all be the guests of Whitetail Creek Outfitters, headquartered in Hewlett, Wyoming. Whitetail Creek Outfitters consists of approximately 400,000 acres of working cattle ranches and offers some of the finest hunting opportunities that you'll find anywhere in the West. The inside of the lodge is warm and comfortable, with plenty of hunting lodge atmosphere. Always neat and clean, it offers spacious dining areas and semi-private rooms, each with their own bathroom and shower. The lodge has its own sporting goods store completely stocked with anything a hunter might need for his hunt. And when the hunt's over and the weapons have been safely put away, there's a fantastic bar area in which to share tales of the day over your favorite beverage. Once we were checked into our rooms, Joe and I joined Ray Hulse to see a little of the area around the lodge in which we would be hunting. Ray would serve as our host and guide for the week, and we were looking forward to our first morning's hunt.
Ray, we're doing a little scouting around, and what do you think we'll expect here? What's your? We got nice weather, looks like, and we're set up for that, I hope. And
well, I noticed you got 13 people with you, and for the Holly Caller group, and we're looking to see a lot of birds. You'll see a lot of gobblers out here. It's not uncommon for people to see a couple hundred birds in their 3-day time that they're here. And the only thing we're a little bit concerned and worried about, they're talking about a spring storm coming with hail and sleet and rain and ice for a couple of days. So
even with this nice weather we see right now, that's possible?
Yeah. In Wyoming, if you don't like the weather, you just wait a few minutes. And my concern is that it's going to get so muddy that we can't go certain places because the ranchers don't allow us to rut up their places, and rightfully so, because the ecology of the prairie here, the grazing prairie, is really delicate, and if you rut it up, it takes years for it to come back. So we don't really want to do that, and so we're hoping it doesn't rain and snow and carry on, but sometimes it happens. And but I think we'll do really, really well. There's a lot of birds here.
Well, we figure this is the end of April here in Wyoming, and I think that bad weather really should be kind of behind us. So I guess maybe it's wishful thinking. I don't want to see it, but I see turkeys out here in broad daylight. I'm seeing white-tailed deer in broad daylight. You don't have a high fence ranch, right?
No,
you're not hunting something's contained, are you?
A lot of people ask me that because we've done such a good job with the management program over the last 10 years, and we have 100% kill on Merriam turkeys for 10 years. This is being our 10th year. So far, so good, and we don't want you guys to ruin our average, but we've been managing so well. We have 24 ranches with 400,000 acres, and it's not uncommon to see 50 to 100 buck a day, and it's not uncommon to see 25 or 30 gobblers in one day. So when people come out to Whitetail Creek, we want to make sure they get their money's worth and go home happy with whatever animal they've come to harvest.
Back at the lodge, we got our hunting licenses and turned in early for a 3 a.m. wake-up call. After receiving instructions and 2A radios, we set out for the first morning's hunt. Joe insisted on allowing me to be the first to take my bird, so I grabbed my Mossberg Ultimag and he grabbed the video camera. A short while later found Joe and I set up on a gentle hillside at the edge of a small clearing surrounded by ponderosa pines. As light began breaking, I couldn't believe the amount of birds we were hearing. It wasn't long until a flock of hens, being harassed by several gobblers, were putting on quite a show about 80 yards in front of us. Despite my repeated attempts to draw them down to us, the hens retreated up the hill, taking all the gobblers with them. All right, Joe. There's a lot of hens here with these birds. And I think they've gone around or over the side of this little knob we've got. So I think our best bet will be to come around here, make a wide circle, come up over the top, because they're up in the next valley. And if we can get on top of them, maybe we can get some birds to come up, because there's a lot of gobblers there. We saw them earlier on the ground. I couldn't count them. You probably got a better look at them than I did. But I know there's a lot of gobblers there, a lot of longbeards. So I think that's our best bet. So let's get up and see if we can slip around, get up on top. From that moment on, for the next 2 days, we would hear and see gobblers everywhere. But they were always with large groups of hens and not willing to respond to our lonesome calling. Still, the beauty of this countryside was just as great a reward as bagging an old tom. But I must confess, we were getting frustrated. Between the gobblers being henned up and the intermittent rain and hailstorms, we were beginning to wonder if Ray's boast about having 10 years of 100% success was about to come to an end. We just spotted a good flock. There's probably 2 good longbeards in there, a couple of jakes and a whole bunch of hens. We just walked up around a basin, and just over this knob behind me, a big set of trees. And at the bottom is where those birds were. They just worked their way into that tree line. So what I think we should probably do is work up here around the outside. It's a little bit of a rim. We have a lot of trees right below us, so it should keep us just over the knob here. There's a lot of trees. We should be out of sight. And I think we should get into those trees and see if we can set up in there, do a little bit of calling, and see if they can come up. They're probably going to head up to roost here at some time later on. Let's see. It's about 4:15 right now. The next morning found Joe and I set up where we were the night before, where we had seen a group of birds go up to roost. It wasn't long until a little soft calling brought a hen followed by a nice gobbler down the canyon behind us and then finally around in front of us. As I watched the hen passing me headed back up into the canyon, I knew that the old tom would follow right in her footsteps. Oh boy, I want to tell you what, that was exciting. Just look at this bird. This morning we woke up to stars in the sky. And I told Joe, who's on camera right now, maybe we'll get lucky. He kept reassuring me. We knew the birds were here, there's plenty of birds. He said, hang in there. We set up here. We had heard birds go up to roost up this canyon here. The thing that surprised us today is they came around behind us, and they came down the side. We've just been doing some soft calling. I was using a little bit of slate calling, and it was really, real soft, just enough to get the bird's attention. And sure enough, this old boy came down with one hand, and I watched him around to my right, and I couldn't get a shot in that direction, so I had to wait till they came here in front of me, and that hen worked just great. She walked right in front of me, and I just started smiling ear to ear, and I knew the old boy was going to come. It's just as good as it gets, folks. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. Now what I'm really looking forward to is switching, and I'll get behind that camera today and let Joe Hall try to get his bird. It's going to be exciting. I'm really, really happy. And Joe, I know you told me to hang in there. I want to thank you because it's been a great hunt. Just take a look at the spurs on this bird. I don't know if you can get a good picture on this. He's got almost a white kind of spur, an ivory spur we call it. The beard is probably a little bit bigger than I thought originally. These birds here don't have real thick beards. As you can see, it's a little bit spindly, but I'm going to guess it to be 8.5, 9 inches long, probably. Just a nice bird. Got all your red and white in the head. Folks, you want to do something really good for yourself. At the end of the program, watch for this number and give the people at Whitetail Creek a call. If you'd like to try some great Merriam hunting, this is the place to try it. All right, what do you think?
Well, congratulations.
By God, you worked so hard to get me in here, and we just had, it just was just as perfect as you said it was going to be.
Yeah.
You said, sit still, the birds are going to come to you, and doggone it, feel this little round. In fact, about hold them up. I'm getting tired of walking there. Got him? He's a pretty good bird.
Boy, that's a nice bird. Beautiful.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, about 22, 23 pounds.
That's what it gets. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, well, it sure is muddy.
It is. And let me tell you something, folks. If you're thinking about coming out on a Merriam hunt, you may want to give a Whitetail Creek Outfitters a call, because Ray and the boys out here will take real good care of you. If you're looking for a bird like this is the place to come. Stay tuned to the end of the show, and we'll have the number on the bottom of the screen so you can give them a call. Remember that, Whitetail Creek Outfitters. We'll be right back after this. On this week's edition of Gear, Gadgets, and Gizmos, we're featuring the Everywhere Chair. The Everywhere Chair is the one turkey chair you'll never want to be without. If you've ever seen the show and watched me or the Holly Caller Pro staff on our spring turkey hunts, you've probably already noticed we're using the Everywhere Chairs. Both ultra comfortable and lightweight, the Everywhere Chair makes long hours of waiting for that old longbeard go by in total comfort. The chair's backrest easily adjusts with a convenient side slip buckle, and the front legs can be adjusted just as quickly to allow for level seating on hills and inclines. And now there's a new model Everywhere Chair called the Everest Recliner, which comes in the mossy oak breakup pattern. I think this is just about the best turkey hunting chair available today. Well, folks, I love my Everywhere Chair, and believe you me, I'm sure you will too. And that's it for this week's edition of Gear, Gadgets, and Gizmos. Well, now it was Joe Hall's turn to try for his gobbler, and our host and guide, Ray Hulse, took us to what he called his honey hole. He also asked Joe if he wouldn't mind if he did the calling for him. Now, I've never seen anyone else call a turkey for Joe Hall, but he told Ray that he'd be honored to have him do the calling and wouldn't mind having nothing to do but be the shooter for a change. Ray was very successful in calling this big old gobbler off the roost, and we all enjoyed watching him strut and let out his thundering gobbles. He did a lot of strutting before finally starting to close the distance between him and us. Can you see him, Joe? I've been watching. There he comes. Ray was using a combination of a mouth call along with a box call, and he really had this tom fired up.
That was a heavy bird. It's got to be about a 50-pounder. And I don't exaggerate.
Congratulations. That is a beautiful bird. And that's how it's done.
Guns unloaded.
That's okay. Good.
And
I'll hold that for you.
come on, bend down here.
Boy, he is a beauty.
Isn't he? Oh, I'll tell you.
Set this over here.
I think I got him so we don't hurt the feathers too much. So we can mount it.
You did a good job.
We usually try to jump on a bird and just hold him until he squeeze his neck a little bit and
So it
hope he
doesn't
doesn't
ruin his feathers.
right. Because we needed one for a good mount for our World Slam display.
He's got nice
But,
spurs for
yeah, look at that.
for a bird that runs around the sandstone. Merriam's usually wear these off. That's pretty good spur on there. It's a nice bird. Oh, what kind of beard you got there?
I don't know, I guess I'm going to guess about an 8.5 probably.
Yeah.
You know, which is about what our birds are.
Well, you did a good job. Well, he was thundering the ground, wasn't
Oh, you got him fired up. You know, that's
Beautiful
a pretty
bird.
pretty bird.
he? Yeah.
Let's see what his tail
Let's turn
feathers.
him over.
Let's see what his tail feathers look like.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't lose too many feathers.
Oh, beautiful. Look
Oh,
at that.
yeah, look at
he's
that.
perfect. Boy, they got good, beautiful colors, don't they?
I'll tell you, I never had anybody call for me before, so this is a real treat. I mean, here I make all these calls, these holy callers, and I'm just sitting there and just let somebody else do the calling. I think it's just so wonderful. It's just a treat to sit here and watch it and being able to rest my eyes, open them when I needed to. And
Did I get him close enough?
And look how this guy hunts. I mean, he got a camouflage jacket and blue jeans, you know? I mean, it goes against everything that we do here, but did that stop this? You know?
Well, the trick is you don't move.
Yeah, well,
If
you got that right.
You can have any dark color you want as long as you don't move.
You guys here at Whitetail Creek Ranches, you know, I have to tell you, I've never seen so many turkeys, Merriam turkeys, and deer. You got deer in every corner. I don't care where you go, you find whitetail deer, muleys, and this is one heck of an operation. If anybody don't come out here, they're crazy because these guys know what they're doing. And 2 days of mud and rain, and he said, "Yo, you'll get these birds. Just hang in there, hang in there." And all of a sudden, yesterday we took 7 or 8 out of our group.
Yeah.
There's 13 in our group, and as of right now, it's 11 out of 13. But we don't know what the other guys did this morning, and the weather's been great. But Ray, we appreciate you having us here, and I certainly hope we get another invitation to come back because we'd love to do that.
What a fine job. Great team. Good job of calling. This is the first time I ever saw Mr. Hall here have someone else call for him. So, folks, you've seen a first here.
Well, occasionally you got to have somebody show them how to do it.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pleasure. I'll tell you what, folks. If you're ever looking for a bird, I know we've said it a couple times here on the show, but at the end of the program, we'll have the number up. Please give Ray a call. Some of the guys here at Whitetail Creek Outfitters. This is probably the best, not probably, it is the best Merriam hunting I've ever experienced. When you have, now we're at 11 for 13 that we know of. We probably have 13 birds down already. If it was anything like this morning, what do you think, Ray? Good chance?
I think so.
But it's a great place. The accommodations are fabulous, as you've seen. The food is really superb. Just a wonderful bunch of guys. I can't say enough. And then a little sidebar, as we've tried to show you here, is the deer in this place. I just can't wait to get back for some deer hunting, Ray. I have never in my life, with the exception of New Jersey, and that's so overpopulated, it's crazy, I've never seen the amount of deer that are out here. They're everywhere.
Well, Greg, it's not uncommon here to see anywhere between 50 and $100 a day while you're hunting.
I believe it. I wouldn't have believed that before I came out here, but I believe it now.
Folks, if you'd like more information about Hawley Caller wildlife calls and products, please call Joe Hall at 215-345-6354 or visit him on the World Wide Web at www.hawleycaller.com.
Really nice. Yeah, I think
Oh, by the way, while not everyone was available for this photographic opportunity, all 13 members of our group got their Merriam Gobbler. I guess Whitetail Creek's 100% success rate on Merriam turkeys never really was in jeopardy. Well, folks, that's it for today's program. I hope you enjoyed our Merriam hunt at Whitetail Creek Outfitters. You know, if you're considering doing a Merriam hunt, please check out the information right here on the bottom of the screen. Give the folks at Whitetail Creek Outfitters a call, and they'll set up the trip of a lifetime for you. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Till next time, please remember, be safe and good hunting. Greg Hopfs' Deer Quest Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Deer Quest Limited, makers of Deer Sense, the scent that smokes. Carter's Hunting Lodge, the Pike County, Illinois premier hunting location where whitetail hunting fantasies become whitetail hunting realities. Also brought to you by these fine sponsors. Nikon Sporting Optics, a better look at your world. Holly Caller Wildlife Calls and Accessories, quality products for today's modern sportsman. Light and Sights, producers of high-tech fluorescent optics. Easy Cut Ratchet Pruners, quality equipment for the sportsman. Odor Free, the original scent eliminator. Be silent, be still, be odor free. And Wind Tracker, the fibers that float to show you the direction of your scent. Don't guess, see the wind, and know for sure. For more information about or to purchase products you've seen us use on today's program, or for comments and or suggestions about today's program, please visit us at our website, www.deerquest.com.